Hi everyone, let's solve today's daily problem, that is greatest common divisor of strings. So for two strings s and t, we say that t divides s if and only if s is equal to t plus t, right? That is t concatenated with itself one or more times. And then we are given two strings str1 and str2, and we have to return the largest string x such that x divides both str1 and str2. Right, so let's see what the question means. So basically, what we are given in this question is, first of all, let's see what the division of string means here. Right, so let's say we have a string s and it is abc, sorry, AB, AB and AB. Let's consider it this. So if I consider AB T, right? So if I can use this T some number of times, right? If I concatenate this T some number of times, and if I can obtain S by concatenating T some number of times, then I say that this T string divides S, right? So I can easily say that if I write T 3 number of times, then I can get S, right? So we'll be getting AB, 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 where, right, T is AB. Okay, so this is what string division means. Now what we have to do is, we are given two strings, right? Let's say str1, it is AB, AB, AB and AB, and str2, which is AB and AB, right? Now we have to find the GCD of these two strings. What is GCD? GCD is the greatest common divisor, right? So in this case, for strings, we are meaning that the longest string that divides both the string str1 and str2. So if we see, if I consider AB one part, right, then we can say that AB divides both the strings, but it is the longest string that divides both the string? No. If I consider this whole part, that is AB, AB, right, then we can say that AB, AB is present two times here. So we can say that AB, AB divides both the strings, and it is the longest string that divides both the strings. So we can say that AB, AB is our answer. That is the GCD of these two strings. Okay, now let's see how we'll solve it. First, we'll be discussing the brute force approach to solve it, and then we'll come down to the optimized approach. So in brute force approach, what we can do? So one thing that we can easily say is that the smaller string, right, whichever is the smaller string between str1 and str2, only that much part will be common, right? That can be the maximum part that divides both the strings, right? So what we'll do is, we'll iterate within this length, str2 length, right, or the smaller string length. Okay, so we'll be iterating from I is equal to 1 to, for this case, 4, right? Then we'll consider this part. Okay, we'll consider this part. Then we'll consider, when I will be 2, we will consider this part. When I will be 3, we'll consider this part. And when I will be 4, we will consider this part. Then we will check if the parts that we are considering, if we can combine them and we can form str1 and str2, right? So we'll do it from 1 to 4, right? So we will be iterating 4 times, and we will be doing the same thing, that is combining this part that we have taken, right? We'll combine these parts, and we'll check if these parts, right, divide the string or not, right? So let's say, let's see. Okay, let me take a different pen. So let's, so right now our I will be 1, okay? Our I will be 1. We'll store this part somewhere, right? This part is A, right? So how many times do I combine A to get str2? So the length of str2 is 4. So if I divide 4 by 1, so that means 4 times. And for str1, we have length as 8, and this will be 1. So we'll combine this temp 8 times for str1 and 4 times for str2, and we'll check. We'll take two bool values, right, to check whether this temp divides both the strings or not, right? So we'll be checking for these two, right? So if I combine A 4 times or 8 times, we will not be getting this. So we'll come to the next iteration, that is I is equal to 2. Now our temp will be equal to AB. Okay, now our temp is AB. Our temp is this. Now we'll combine this. For this string, we'll be dividing it by 2. So we'll combine it 2 times. And for 8, we'll be combining it. For 8, we'll be combining it 4 times, right? So we can say that AB divides both the strings, right? But is it the GCD? No. So we have to keep iterating till 4, right? To check till the length of the smaller string to check whether this divides or not. Okay, and then we have 3, right? I is equal to 3. Now we can see that if there is a remainder, right? If I divide str1 or str2 by I will be getting a remainder, right? So that means I cannot divide it equally in some parts, right? In integer parts. So we will not iterate for this. We will take a if check, right? If a particular I, that the part that we are considering, if we cannot divide our strings into integer parts, then we will not be iterating for this. We'll continue, and then we'll go to I is equal to 4. Then our temp will be equal to AB and AB, right? Then we will again combine it, right? So we'll be combining it one time for str2, and we will be combining it 2 times for str1. So we can say that AB is our answer, right? This is the GCD of both the strings. So let's code it out. So let's go here and code it. So first let's make our string ans. Okay, in this we'll be storing the answer, that is the GCD of both the strings. Now we'll be iterating. Okay, so what we will do is, let's assume that str1 is of smaller size, right? If it is not, what we will do is we will check if str1 dot size is greater than str2 dot size. This I am doing for the ease of coding, because then we'll be taking different variables. So that is why I'm just swapping. So we can assume that str1 is of smaller size. So what we will do, we'll swap these strings, right? If str1 is greater size. So what we'll do, we'll make a function call of str2 and str1. So then str1 will be equal to str2, which is of smaller size here, right? Now what we will do, now we will take a for loop, right? We'll be taking I is equal to 1, and we'll be iterating till the smaller size string, that is str1 in our case. Okay, so this. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll take 2 bool values, right, to see if they divide or not. So we'll consider it false, and let's say second value we'll consider it false. Now what we will do, we will make a string temp, that is our temporary string, and we'll take str1 dot sub str is the function to take the substring, right? So what we are considering the substring from the very starting, right? We're considering from this part, right? From 0th part to ith part. So from 0 to 1, this substring we will consider. Right, now this temp contains the substring. Now let's calculate the parts that we will have, right? So let's make this variable cnt, and it will have str1 dot size divided by I, as we discussed, right? We need to combine it till some parts. Then we will, inside of this while loop, what we will do, we will combine it in some string, right? So let's say that some string is let's call it some string. Okay, some string, and it is equal to, it is an empty string, right? In this empty string, what we will do is we will combine temp these number of times, right? Cnt times. So we'll combine temp. Okay, then we will have a if check. We will check if this some string that we just made is equal str1 or not, right? If it is equal, then we'll say that this temp divides this string str1, right? Then similarly we'll do for second string. We'll reinitialize cnt str2 dot size by I, right? And we have some string. We'll again initialize it with nothing inside of it, and then we'll do the same thing, right? We'll combine it cnt times, and then we'll check if str2 is equal this some string that we just formed by concatenating temp some number of times, right? If it is true, right, if some string equals to str2, then we'll say second is equal to true. Okay, now we'll check if both first and second are true, right? So that is one possible answer. So we'll put it put this temp string inside of our answer string. Okay, now also we'll here, before doing anything, we'll make a check that if we cannot divide it in equal integer parts, right? That means str1 dot size modulo I is not equal to 0, and str2 dot size modulo I is not equal to 0, then we will not iterate, right? We will just say continue. Okay, we'll move on to the next value. Now after this loop, we will simply return our answer string. Okay, so let's see if this works or not. Okay, what happened? Okay, why is it wrong? Okay, so we are not getting anything. String. Okay, sorry, it will be I, all right. It will not be 1. Okay, so let's submit it. Okay, so it's submitted. So this is the brute force approach to this problem. Let's discuss the optimized approach for this problem. Now this brute force approach takes O of n square time. Why? Because we are iterating till this size, right? Let's say str1 is of size n, okay, and str2 is of size m, right? So n into m times we are iterating, because CNT will be m initially, right? So that is why we'll be iterating n into m times. So that is the complexity for this. Then let's discuss an approach which can be done in within O of n time, right? So let's see how we'll do it. Now one thing to notice here is that if we try to concatenate these strings, right? Let me clear the board a little bit. We are discussing the brute force part. Let me write it again. Okay, so we are saying that str1, let's take it A, B, C, and str2, which will be A, B, C. Okay, now if I combine these two, right, if I add str1 and str2, that is, I'm concatenating str2 here, right? So what we will get? We will get ABC, right? And if I concatenate str1 to str2, that is str2 plus str1, then also we will get this, right? Let's take another case, right? Let's say we have A, B, C, D, E, okay? And here we have A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, right? If you again see, if I combine str1 plus str2, or if I do str2 plus str1, then we will be obtaining the same string, that is A, B, C, D, E 3 times, right? Now let's say we have some other string, right? We have AB here, and here we have AC, right? So if I combine these, right, so what will I get? I will get AB, AC, okay? And here I'll get AC, AB, and AB. These are not equal, right? And also we can say that there is no GCD that we can find here, right? There is no common substring for both of these that divides both of the strings, right? So we can, so this is the check, right? This is the check that whether we can have a GCD or not, right? So if str1 plus str2 is equal to str2 plus str1, then we can say that a solution exists, right? Otherwise we will simply return the empty string. Now how will we check whether a solution, when a solution exists, how will we check what will be the solution, right? Right, what is the part of the string that we will be having? Basically it was a, so what is the part of the string that we will be having? So if you see clearly here, we have 3. Okay, so we have to return ABC in this case. Now how do we understand that it will be ABC only? So there is another observation here that you can do is that if you take the GCD of its length, it is 6 and it is 3, you will get 3 only, right? Let's do it again for the test case that we considered before. For, let's say, for this string, for this we are trying to calculate. So as we can see, if we do str1 plus str2, it will be equal to str2 plus str1, right? They both will be equal for this string. That means the solution exists. Now what is the length of the solution? So if we check the length of this, it is 6. If we check the length of this is 4. So if we take the GCD of this, GCD of 6 comma 4, what will we get? We will get 2. So that is AB, right? So if we take for from the any of the string, if we take the first 2 characters, right, that will be our answer, right? Similarly, if I add another AB here, that will be 8, okay, and this will be 8. So the GCD of 8 and 4 is 4, right? So what will we return? For any of the string, first 4 characters. So that will be our answer. So this is basically the optimized approach, and it will only take O of n plus m times, right, to concatenate these 2 strings and combine them. And this GCD, to calculate the GCD, it takes O of log n time. So we can say the overall time that we will be taking is O of n plus m. So let's quickly code it. I'll reset the code. Okay. So what we are saying is, if we combine str1 plus str2, if we concatenate these strings this way, and if we concatenate it the opposite way, right, then a solution exists, right? And what is that solution? That solution is the first GCD number of characters of these strings, right? So that is 0, comma, we can take any of the strings here and we can say 0, comma, let's apply the GCD function, okay, for str1 dot size, comma, str2 dot size, right? So this is what we will return. Otherwise solution doesn't exist and we have to return an empty string. So let's see if this works. Okay, so it's accepted. So that is the optimized approach, and it's a very easy approach, but it was observation based. So I hope you have understood the problem. Thank you.